Greetings, darling listeners, and welcome to your favorite radio drama, Madame Presents, full of all the spook and scare you can handle. Video may have killed the radio star, but we know not everything stays dead. Mr. Stewart is the owner of a very large and extremely well-made, ingenious hotel. He seems to go through employees quite quickly, however. Please listen in to see why.
Yes, what is it?
I'm looking for Mr. George Stewart, if you please.
Oh, you mean about the advertisement?
Aye, that's right. I got here as soon as I could, and
That's all right. As long as you got here, that's all that matters. Come in.
Oh, thank you.
Just put your suitcase down there. It'll be all right.
Thank you.
Now, if you'll come right this way, then we'll...
Thank you.
Just step in here, Miss...
Malone. Ella Malone.
Ah, yes, of course. Miss Malone. Now then, you'll have a chair, please.
Thank you.
Ah, there we are. Now then, Miss Malone. To be perfectly frank with you, I wasn't quite expecting you today.
And I had the hardest time finding the house. I do hope you'll forgive me.
Of course. Don't give it another thought. Promptness may be a virtue, but we can't all be virtuous now, can we? Ah, now then. You're here in answer to my advertisement.
Aye, sir, you wrote me.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. You're the young lady from...
From Cranesville.
Oh, yes. Cranesville. That was Iowa, wasn't it?
Oh, no, sir. Ohio.
Of course. How stupid of me to forget. Yes, I remember now. I wrote you a letter.
Aye, sir.
Now then, you're the young lady who wanted a position as my secretary, wasn't that it?
Aye, sir. And I do appreciate the opportunity you've given me, sir.
Oh, not at all. You have my letter with you.
Oh, aye, sir, right here, sir.
Oh, yes. Orphan. Business school. Yes, you'll do very nicely.
I'll do my best, sir.
Now then, your friends know you came here, of course.
There's no one very much interested, Mr. Stewart.
Oh, come now. A pretty young girl like you. No young beaux, and so on and so on.
No, sir. There's no one. I mean, sir, you can depend on me to give all my attention to my work.
Very commendable. Very commendable indeed. My work, as I wrote you, is entirely confidential. My philanthropies are, to a great extent, entirely sub rosa. No fuss, no feathers. You understand what I mean.
Oh, yes, sir.
As my secretary, my affairs will be entirely in your hands. My checking account, my finances, and so on. Entirely in your care.
I understand, sir.
It's quite a responsibility, and you're quite a young woman. And, as I wrote you, the bank will...
Oh, yes, sir. I understand. The bond I've brought the money for it.
Oh. Oh, you have?
Aye, sir. $300, and I've got it right here, sir.
Fine. Fine. That's very businesslike. Yes, indeed. I'll give you a receipt, and there we'll be.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes? My pen. Yes, here we are.
My money? I'll get it back from the bank any time I leave your employ. I mean, when you want me to?
Of course, of course. Now then, here you are. Received of Miss Nellie Malone.
Ella.
Ah, yes, of course. Ella. Memory isn't quite what it used to be. That's why I need a good secretary.
I'm very good at remembering things.
Oh, are you? Now then, there we are. I guess this receipt is in good order. Received of Miss Ella Malone $300, to be deposited with the Merchant's Bank as surety bond, and to be returned to said Ella Malone upon request. Yeah, and there's my signature. Now, then, how's that?
I'm sure that'll do very well, sir. And I want you to know, I do appreciate your giving me this chance to.
Now. I assure you the honor is mine. Giving a youngster an opportunity to rise in the business world. It's little enough to do.
You're very kind.
Now then, you've got my receipt. But I...
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Not at all. Not at all.
My purse. I have it right here. I am sorry.
Well, I understand. The excitement of your trip.
Here it is, Mr. Stewart. You see, I had it all ready in an envelope. If you'll open it.
Not at all. Not at all. Bank can do that when I send it to them in the morning.
But...
My dear Miss Malone, if you say there's $300 in that envelope, that's all that's necessary as far as I'm concerned. Now, just put your purse down there, and I'll show you through your new home.
Yes, Mr. Stewart.
Now, we'll go right up these stairs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you'll find I have quite a place here. 3 stories high and every inch of it my own design.
Rather dark.
Careful now. Careful.
I'm all right.
Mustn't hurt yourself. Hardly the way to start a new job. Now then, here we are. Take you to your room, and there you'll be.
My suitcase.
No, never mind. Bring it up later. No hurry. Right down the hall, then.
Aye, sir.
Got a nice room for you. Very nice. Fact of the matter is, you can choose any room on this floor.
But, Mr. Stewart, your daughters.
Daughters?
Aye, won't they object? You just said any room.
Oh, yes. My daughters. I did write you about them, didn't I?
Aye, you did.
Well, never mind about them. They're upstairs studying. Now, right here. I suggest you take this room. At least for tonight.
Whatever you say, Mr. Stewart.
Get the light on. There we are. Nice, isn't it?
Yes, it's very nice.
Go on in. Look around.
Well,
Go right ahead. It's going to be your room for quite some time to come, you know.
All right.
Now then, go on in further. It's going to be all yours after all. Make sure you like it.
I've never had such a large room. If you've got one a little smaller.
On the contrary, my dear Miss Malone, you'll find this one small enough. Perhaps a little too small. Yes, indeed. Entirely too small.
Mr. Stewart, why did you... Mr. Stewart, why have you shut me in here? Mr. Stewart? Please answer me. Mr. Stewart, please let me out of here. Mr. Stewart, let me out of here. Let me out. Let me out. It's getting dark in here. The lights. Mr. Stewart, let me out.
Yes, Miss Nord. There's no doubt in my mind at all that you're the very person I want to employ as my housekeeper.
I'm very glad to hear that, Mr. Stewart.
Of course, the matter of being housekeeper of a place as large as mine calls for definite qualities. You understand, of course.
I always do my best, sir.
And one certainly can't ask for more than that. No, indeed.
Your wife? Maybe she'd like to talk to me?
Wife? Oh, yes, of course. I wrote you about my wife, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
My wife is out shopping. As soon as she returns, you'll meet her. I'm sure she'll find your recommendations as satisfactory as I did.
It makes me very happy. I've always wanted to work in a fine house.
About money?
Oh, any salary you want to pay me, Mr. Stewart, is all right. I just want a chance to show you how good I can do your work.
Very commendable. Yes, indeed, very commendable. But we must agree on a salary. I'm the sort of man who has respect for money and expects a similar respect in others. Oh, yes, and speaking of money, you'll be wanting to open a new bank account, I suppose.
Bank account?
Yes, it's my principle that everyone employed by me should have a savings account. Builds character. I'll open an account for you in the morning, and you can transfer any other bank accounts you have back in your hometown up to my bank. Convenience, you know.
Oh, no, sir. I haven't got that.
Eh?
I haven't any money in the bank back home. I took it all out.
Oh.
It wasn't much anyway. What was left of Father's insurance money after my mother died.
Ah, yes. Now then, supposing you leave all your things here and we'll go look over the house.
That will be very nice.
Here, right through this door.
I'll be glad to be working in such a big house.
Right this way. Oh yes, quite an establishment here. Designed it all myself.
I'll work hard, Mr. Stewart.
Yes, I'm certain you will. Now then, right down these stairs. I'll show you everything downstairs first.
You have a washing machine?
Eh? Oh, yes. Yes, everything modern. Everything convenient. High, wide basement. There you are. Now, watch yourself. It's a little dark down here this time of day.
Oh, it's a big basement, all right. I could hang up plenty of washing down here.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Now, if you'll come just down this way.
You building something down here?
Building? Oh, yes, indeed. Always building, always changing, always remodeling. Change. My hobby. Always changing things.
hard to keep clean.
Now, don't you worry about that. Everything will be cleaned up in short order. Bags of sand and concrete mixer. Everything will be out of the way. Won't bother you at all. No, not at all. Right this way.
You're making more rooms.
Yes indeed. With nice clean concrete floors. Here, look at this one.
Kind of dark.
Come on. Get closer. All my own work. You see, the floor's still wet. I like concrete. Don't you?
Yes, it is clean.
Yes, covers everything. Now, know how deep that concrete is? 3 feet deep. Yes, Mum, 3 feet deep. And I just poured it an hour before you honored me with your presence. 3 feet. That'll make a mighty thick slab of stone, won't it, Miss Nord? Thick enough to cover you. Yes, indeed. A fist to the point of the jaw is still the most effective soporific. You're quite a heavy woman, my dear Miss Nord. Up you go. Face down in wet concrete. What an unusual bed you lie in, Miss Nord. Sinking down and down and down. And the concrete will harden, and I guess I'll have to get myself a new housekeeper.
And so we come to the end of part 1 in this radio drama. Please join us again next time to see what happens to our dear Mr. Stewart. Just remember, video may have killed the radio star, but we know some things don't stay dead.